Hey guys, Miata Man here. As you can see, we're halfway through doing a shift boot installation on this 1999 Mazda Miata. Now, this is the same from 99 to 05 mostly. There's a few differences for the NB1, which is 99 and 2000, and then from 01 to 05, they're exactly the same. So we've got the center console taken off, and I'll explain to you how we did that. There's two screws on each side, or one screw on each side. One here. These ones have a little cap on them. They're fancy. So we just pop up the little cap, and there's a screw underneath. So we took those out. There's also a screw right here, and that's underneath the ashtray, which is 1999 and 2000 NB1. So we pop that out like that, and then we take out the screw underneath. If you have an 01 to 05, you don't have that ashtray. You have a cup holder and then another round thing with a lid. And there's no screws in those compartments. So what you have to do is pop out the power window switch. And you have to be very careful how you do it. So if you have like an NB2, which is the later car, you have to get in here or down the side and pry this out very carefully. And then you can take the switch out. Okay, because there's a screw hidden underneath. Sometimes people just leave it in and then they kind of wiggle the thing off and they break the little part underneath where the screw goes. But it's better than chipping. As you can tell, this one's been chipped. It's better than chipping your power window switch sometimes. So check first to see if that screw is even there, because if somebody's been in already, they may not have put that screw back for that reason. So that's 01 to 05 stuff when you have to replace this to get to that last screw. So we've got the screws on each side. We've got the screw here. We've got two more screws inside here. Once that's all removed, then you can go about taking this off. So you'll want to unclip the power window harness right here. It's a little push at the back. You squeeze that and take it off. Once you've done that, then you can remove the retaining ring for the shift boot, as you can see right here. Because once you get that off, then you can take the old boot, which looks kind of like that. You see it's got all the holes on it. And the boots for the NBs are different than the NA boots. So if you've got a 99 to 05, it's a different boot than it would be for a 90 to 97. So be aware of that when ordering the one. Make sure you get one for the second generation if you have a second generation car. So to get the boot onto the retainer, you've got these little hooks right here, here, and here, and there, so you can see they're all there. So you stretch the boot on. It only goes on one way. You've got, at the back, you've only got two of these little hooks. At the front, you've got three. That's how you know which is the back and which is the front. So we've got that one ready to go. Next, we're gonna put it on. And to put it on, you can just get this in place. Make sure that you line it up properly, and then sort of push it down so that it stays in place. Once you've done that, get the screws in. If you can, start them by hand. Get the first couple of threads just with your fingers. There we go. And then tighten them down, but don't over tighten them. Just snug them up, okay? Because if you over tighten them, you'll break the little tubes that they go into. So I've got the front ones done there. Do the back. There we are. There we go. And again, don't over tighten them. And voila. So that's what it's going to look like when it's all done. Looks great. Now, if you want to, you can also pry this ring off and clean underneath it when you do it. All you need to do is just pry these little corners. Once you pry those corners, then you can unclip it. That's what it looks like on the back side. You've got the two clips at the front, you've got a couple of little guys on the side, and then you've got that hook at the back right there. And that hook goes in first, goes in right there. Once that's hooked into place, then you can clip everything in. Like that. Okay? So that's how you do that part of it. Now, while you're in here, You know, if you still have the insulation, it's going to look something like this. And you take all this off and then inspect this boot here. This one's worn out. It's got holes in it. This makes a huge difference in the amount of sound and heat that come through the tunnel and up through the stick. So if you have a worn out boot, this is the time to replace it. That's what a new one looks like. I'll open this up for you. So that is called an insulator boot. As you can tell, it's thick rubber and it stops all that sound and heat from coming through. It makes a big difference. When it gets to this stage, the rubber's very thin and it's also got a giant hole in it, so you're going to hear a lot more gear noise, engine noise. You're going to get fumes potentially coming in, so you'll want to replace that at the same time. I'll do a separate video on that. And the other thing, once you have that off, you're probably going to notice the dust boot is torn also. So I can see into this one and I already know that it is. That's what it looks like. And that actually goes over here like that. And it actually attaches the shifter to the top of the transmission. So that's another boot you're gonna need to buy and have ready for when you do the rest of this job, so you're not taking it apart twice. So watch for a video on that. And I'll give you the part numbers in the description as well, so you can get everything ready ahead of time. So there you go, guys. Hope that helps you out. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll make more videos soon. Thanks.